Hey, what's going on, everybody? So hopefully everyone's having a good day. I know my day has been going very good. It's like 90 degrees out. Show you guys my car. Baking in the sun right now. And real quick, before I get into this video, I want to thank everybody that subscribed and everyone that's been subscribed to my channel. Just from my last video, I got really good feedback, and I just want to thank everybody that subscribed, man. I really appreciate you guys actually leaving comments down below and actually talking to me. So with all this positivity and all this great energy I'm getting from you guys, what better way to keep the ball rolling than to do a follow-up video about how much I spent on my car. For those of you that want to do like the whole engine bay thing, I'm gonna do how much I spent on that part, and then I'll do how much I spent like on the exterior and maybe like the interior and stuff like that. And then we'll just add everything up together at the end of the video. So let's start a little counter down here on the bottom of the screen. We'll start adding everything up. First, I gotta make a list. So I got pen and paper over here. I'm probably gonna take like, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes just to write everything down. I probably got to go outside and look at my car because I'm not going to remember everything. And I know I'm going to leave stuff out. And like I said, I'm going to have that counter right here on the bottom of the screen, guys, just to keep track of how much I spent. And I'll get back to you guys in a little bit, all right? All right, guys, so today is the next day. Hold on, let me shut off my car. It took me longer than I thought to make that list. I got it right here. Oh, one other thing, guys. For the giveaway, I probably mentioned it maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 videos ago. Because I didn't know I would hit like this many subscribers like this soon. So I didn't even think I was going to include this in this video, but I'm going to have to. But the giveaway goes to Chris FBZ. So yeah, contact me on Instagram. And I'm not giving it away for like to get subscribers or anything like that, guys. It's just stuff that I have hanging around I'm no longer using. Actually, I have a couple other things that I might just give away that I no longer need that was on my car. So all this stuff works. I don't need it anymore. So it's not like some gimmick to like get subscribers and stuff. I just don't need it. All right, so let me open the hood. Let's start with that. And one other thing, guys, for the engine bay, I try to include like every single little thing I could think of, like down to the bolt for the engine bay, just so you guys get an idea of how much you think you're gonna spend, or how much you're gonna spend on your engine bay if you try to go for like a tuck look like this, or get you somewhat in the ballpark, maybe plus or minus like $1,000 or something like that. Now I'm gonna go down my list. It's not really in the correct order I wanted in, but I'm gonna go in the order that I wrote it in. And this list is pretty long, but it should give you guys a really good idea, really detailed of how much I spent. So let's just start with the All-Star battery posts right here. They sell them separately, so I ended up buying 2 negatives. Those were $27 for both. Next up would be my engine mounts. They're Hasport. They're a little dirty. I haven't polished them at all. But yeah, you end up getting 3 of them. So the engine mounts were $360. The front engine mount, I put $15. So add that up. All right, so next up was my PS and my AC delete kit by K-Tune. It does come billet. This is a revised version. It brings that black bracket down there. This was actually, let me see, $200. So moving on, the white valve cover, I got that on eBay. It was powder coated already. I offered a guy, I think I offered him 90, and I think we settled it like at $100. I think we wanted like 120. Next up was this breather filter right here. That was like $8 on eBay. I didn't go with the K-Tune one because I didn't want the red like filter right here, and they had like a little decal, I think, right here of their logo. I don't know, I just wanted an all black one just to go with my car. Next up was my Nvidia header. That's it right there. It's a little stained up. They kind of just get like that after a time. Yeah, I bought that used off some guy in Connecticut, and he totaled his car, like the whole front end. And yeah, I just ended up scoring that for $280. So that was used, but it was pretty much brand new. All right, so next up would be my RBC manifold with the thermal gasket, whatever. I'll give you a closer look at the gasket. It kind of looks clear. It's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see it in between there. And then that's the RBC manifold. I paid, what did I pay? $360, and I think it came cut already for me. So they cut the end of it like that. It's modified, and then it brought the thermal gasket with it, and I've had no problems with it. Next up was my K-Tune 72mm throttle body. The total for the throttle body was $325, and I say it's more of a showpiece. It's just really nice. All right, next up would be my titanium cold air intake. It includes the V-band and everything when I purchased it. Also the filter down below. So it was just, everything came with what I needed to mount it and everything. And this was really expensive. It was not cheap at all, but I wanted like a showpiece, you know, for the engine bay, something that'll stick out, a piece that nobody would really have if I were to open the engine bay. And yeah, this was pretty much what I wanted. And like I said, you guys don't have to get this. You guys can get a regular cold air intake and, you know, get it powder coated or just do something else. You don't have to go this route, but it's just what I chose for my car. And I ended up spending like $600 for this. So it was really expensive, but I really like it, and it kind of just brings the engine bay together. Next up would be my Wireworks engine harness. Really nice piece. Cleans up the engine bay really nicely. Really nice. Right now I gotta like train my wires again because they're kind of just going wherever they want, but it's a really nice piece. That ended up costing me $700. But I don't know, if you want to take it that next step and try and get that clean engine bay you want, that's definitely something you should probably purchase. And another thing I purchased from Wireworks was my power harness for the alternator and the starter. They sell something for that, and that was like $60, so I purchased that together with that. Next up would be my shorty throttle cable right here. Earlier I just gave one away as a giveaway, but this one, and everybody, I mean, if you own an RSX, everyone should know Spaz on Club RSX, especially like back in the day. I don't know about now. I don't really think anyone really goes on the website like that anymore. But yeah, he made this one for me. That was $40. And he also made me a clutch line right here. He made that for me. He made a longer one so that I could tuck it away, and you really won't be able to see it. You could kind of see it coming up the back over there, but as far as like down here, it's really tucked away. He just made a really long one for me, and that was also $40. Next up would be the K-Tune fuel rail. Don't have to say much about that. You guys, you know, probably seen those everywhere. That's $160. And the gauge plus the center mount fuel rail fitting, you can kind of see it right here. That plus the gauge was $70. The heater outlet plug was next. That was $13. All right, so next up would be my IAT adapter from K-Tune. I don't know if I can really show you guys, but it's tapped on the bottom of my intake manifold. Usually people tap them on the intake, but I tapped mine on the bottom of this. I have a video for that, so you guys can go back and look at that. That was $33. Thermostat housing plug. Let me see if I could zoom in here. That's the plug right there. It has like a bracket over it and then the plug right underneath it from K-Tune. So that plug right there was $20. Next up would be the K-Tune map sensor plug. It's right underneath the TPS, is right under there. But you pretty much have two spots where you could put your map, right here on the RBC, or you could put it down here. People say to put it on here. They have no issues, so I ended up doing it there. And you have to plug up the other one you're not going to use, so you got to pick one of those up. That was $12 for that. K-Tune swivel neck thermostat, it's down there. You can see the AN fitting come off of that. That right there was $170. If you're gonna go with AN fittings and braided lines, that's definitely something you want to pick up. Now up here I got a K-Tune upper housing with the filler neck. I'm not running a filler neck. I kind of just plugged that because I could fill it down here. But it does make the process easier to get the air pockets out of the coolant and stuff. So I did end up using it, but then I took it out once I get all the air pockets out. But yeah, if you want to run AM fittings and all that, it's really nice to pick that up. And that was $170 as well. Another thing I got with these was these heater hose caps. You could pick those up at O'Reilly. I think I paid like $8 for those. Another thing that I did to my car, you guys, I'm just adding up everything I did to my engine bay. Be a new VTEC solenoid because I thought mine went bad, but it really didn't. But I swapped it out anyways. That was 120. The Acura TPS sensor was $100. DC5 dipstick from ICB, $17. It's just black, you guys. This is stuff you don't need, but I just wanted a black one. Also, you're gonna need K-tuner if you're gonna do all this to your car. Fuel rail, RBC, header, and all that. So everything for the K-tuner to be able to run this was $500. It's a lot cheaper for 05, 06. You don't have to spend like $1,000 for K-Pro. You could just go with K-tuner. Next up is my Mishimoto radiator and the shroud that goes with it, including the fans. That all together was $370. You know, it really works well. It looks good. It's slimmer than you know, the stock radiator and all that, and just gives you a lot more room in the engine bay as well. Also, if you're gonna run AN fittings and all that for your coolant, you're gonna need 2 bungs. I ended up purchasing 2 of them. You need one for the bottom and one for the top. See if I can show you guys. Really hard, but that's where they welded them right there. So yeah, if you want to go AN, that's one other thing you need to get. Each one of those was $10, so you know, 20 bucks for that. Then I purchased 4 AN fittings, one here, one at the bottom of the radiator, one at the upper housing, and one right here. Those are $27 each. Depending on what you pick, it might cost a little more, but for all 4 of those was $108. The line for all that, I bought 10 feet of it. That was an S16 AN. I can show you a better look of it, what it looks like. Right there, it's all braided. You kind of see where it follows along the side. So for 10 feet of that line, that was $102. So next up is the grill. It was hydro dipped, and so was the wiper cover, or wiper cowl, whatever you want to call it. So to get both of those hydro dipped was $250. Again, you guys don't have to do this stuff. This is just me going that extra mile and just trying to get, you know, just that complete look for the engine bay. Moving on is the Blackworks oil cap. I just like this one because it was billet. I might actually change it back to OEM, just a regular black one, but that was $18. So next up was my overflow. It's right there. I think it's 13 inches. I got it on Amazon, and that ended up costing me $27. I purchased these grounding, I don't know, just grounding wire. That was $20, pretty cheap. I also put one on that side. The whole engine bay, just to paint everything. As far as primer, base coat, and clear, all that together, it was probably like $200 just to do. It gave me enough for 2 sprays for the whole engine bay, so $200 for that. One other thing I wanted to point out was this cover right here for your AC. It's just a little block off for it. That's from Honda. That was pretty cheap. That ended up costing me $10. Next up would be my brake booster hose, which is, let's see if I can show you guys, this one here, which I routed down underneath over this way. 10 feet of that, which was 8 AN for your brake booster, was $33. That was with the hose clamps and everything for the end. So now for your fuel line, plus the Earl's fitting that you need to relocate your fuel line. Usually it's coming out of here, but I routed it right underneath and all that. That ended up being like $60, the fitting plus the hose. New brake booster, or yeah, let's just call it that, brake booster reservoir right here. I changed that out. Usually they turn pretty yellow, and that's pretty easy. It's just one screw underneath and you could just swap that out. So that turned out to be $21. So just a nice brand new one, brand new cap. Gives it a nice, you know, nice clean look. Battery relocation, I can't really show you guys because it's in the bumper. Actually, you can still see it from here. Still slightly see it. I plan on like covering that somehow, maybe just adding some black tape or something, but that's pretty much it right there. The brackets and everything, I had a friend weld it up for me. We ended up spending like $40, something like that. And yeah, it's no longer like in the stock location or anything like that. So something really important for this car was all the looming that I use, all the split looming. So everything you see in there, all that looming, and especially like, you know, all the headlights and all those wires down there. You can see the split looming I used here. It goes all the way across underneath. You could even see it down there underneath the alternator. You can see it going all the way back to the battery. I also used them in fenders when I relocated the fuse box, as well as wires inside this fender. With all the split looming and all the different sizes that I bought, it turned out to be like $80 for all that. So for my ABS relocation kit, which is right there where the P valve was, just the valve was like $120, and then for all the lines and all that was like $200. You know, everybody knows the ABS is right over here, so you just delete it, and then I don't know, just gives you a cleaner look. Now I don't have it on right now, but I do have a Mugen strut bar that I want to get polished, or I'll probably polish it myself, and I got to get a new Mugen like authentic sticker for it. It's a real authentic Mugen strut bar, and I paid $280, and I think that was like 7 years ago I bought that. To delete your power steering and all that, you're gonna need a loop kit. I got that one from Dev Sport. I think it was like $50 on eBay. You could also get it on their website, but I think eBay was just a lot better. I think the shipping wise was just better. So that's all I got pretty much for the whole engine bay. I might have missed a couple things here and there. I'm pretty sure I did. So for the most part, that's the total that I spent. It could be maybe a little more or less depending on your style and what you plan on doing, but yeah, just expect to spend maybe that much if you plan on doing something like this, and you're saving a lot of money if you do it yourself. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's pretty hot out, so I think tomorrow I'll do the exterior, maybe the interior, something like that, early in the morning. One thing I want to add is that when you're tackling or doing the engine bay or anything like that, you might want to add, I want to say add like another $300, $400, just like on miscellaneous stuff. And I wrote down a bunch of stuff here, but sandpaper, I probably spent like $80 just on sandpaper, different grits. And yeah, I got them at Home Depot and I spent like $80 on that. Tape, towels, HVLP gun for when you're gonna spray the engine bay and all that, unless you're gonna do spray can, which there's nothing wrong with that either. A lot of people do it with the just by hand with a spray can, and I've seen really good results. Zip ties, screws, bolts, degreasers, you're gonna have to clean everything. A torch when you're trying to get those bolts out that just don't want to come out. Heat shrink, paint, primer, and all that, just to paint the whole engine and the transmission and all that. I didn't include that, so that probably took me like, I want to say like 4 cans, 2 primers and maybe 2 of whatever color you pick for the engine. Wire brushes, wax and grease remover, that's a big one. A soldering gun with some solder. A welder, I went and bought a welder from like Harbor Freight, the $100 one, just to close up all the holes, and I could shave like the engine bay really good. Transmission fluid, new oil, coolant, brake fluid, you're gonna need all that. That's easily like, that's probably like $100 right there. AN wrenches, cutoff wheel, engine hoist to pull the engine out, a tap set for when you're tapping stuff. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. I didn't really add all that stuff, so $300 to $400 or $500 you should probably add to that total, and that should get you pretty close. Yeah, so it's like 90 degrees out, super hot out, and I'm sweating, but I'm trying to make this video for y'all. Hopefully that gives you guys an idea, get you guys pretty much in the ballpark how much you would need and what you would need to buy. Once again, I'm just trying to help you guys. Don't think that this shit or this stuff, I try not to swear my videos, this stuff happens overnight. I mean, I was saving for like 2 to 3 years. I was just, I bought the RBC, the the fuel rail, the engine harness, the mounts, like all that expensive stuff. I went ahead and bought it ahead of time. And once you get into it, man, you're gonna find out that there's a lot of other stuff you got to get, and yeah, it's not the easiest process, but it's really fun and you do learn a lot. So don't think that these guys flexing like on Instagram and maybe on YouTube and stuff, like they're the only ones that could do it. I didn't know what I was doing when I first started it. I mean, I didn't even know how to pull out the engine or anything, and there was people along the way that really helped me out, and I just did it all myself, man. You're gonna save a lot of money. It took me, I want to say, just to do the engine bay, probably took me like 5 months to do, and that was because I took the engine out, you know, I started doing everything, and then I'll figure out like what I needed. So I'll be like, damn, I gotta order this. So then I had to wait a week for that, and then, you know, I'll run into something else, and then I'll have to order the piece for that. So, you know, it's a long process, but if you have another daily and you could park it and just work on it slowly, you could definitely do it yourself. You know, just take your time and ask for help. I mean, if you don't know how to do something, ask people, and I'm pretty sure someone out there has been through it and has done it already. So, but you know what, guys, let's just do the exterior. I'll run through it. I didn't really do a lot to the exterior, and my list isn't too long for that one. This one was just double-sided for the engine bay, but like I said, I was trying to give you guys like everything that I did to the car, man. I wasn't trying to leave anything out. So let's do the exterior real quick. So 35% tint all the way around. I just wanted to keep it legal. Everybody knows that, you know, you don't want to get pulled over for just something dumb like that. So that was like that was $130. NVIDIA Q300 exhaust, that I bought used for $275. Now a lot of people don't know, but when I bought this car, it had a full like glitter like paint job. Like when the sun hits it, it was just like flakes of like gold and pink and blue, just like a crazy paint job the guy did. And I had to completely paint the whole car, and I spent $1,800 on that. And I'll do a little walk around, and it turned out pretty good. It's about time I paint it again, especially, you know, it's been 8 years. Yeah, probably 8. No, it's been like 7 years since I painted it, and it's not too bad. Paint job came out pretty good. The Mugen front lip, I'll give you guys a close-up of that. I spent $100 on that. That wasn't too bad. I also had to buy a brand new front bumper. That was $215. Shout out to my girl. I love you, but she crashed it into a fence and just completely destroyed it. I think it was this side, yeah. So had to get that fixed. So brand new bumper. So my front Brembo calipers, it's actually missing the little rubber boot right there, fell off. I stay losing those, but these are from Type S, I think 0708 TLS. So $700 for the Brembo big brake, the calipers, and the brake pads. And since we're here, I did ARP extended wheel studs all the way around, just so if I run spaces and stuff, I have enough thread on there to get the lug nut on. And when you're trying to go for that flush look, you know, you're gonna need them. So that was $140 for that. Coilovers, function and form type 2. So those right there. I spent $1,000 on those. Let's go around to the back. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I got function 7 LCAs. That was $120, and I bought them used off someone, which wasn't bad at the time. Whew, it's freaking hot, yo. It's just nice to be in the shade. So wheels, I got RPF 1s. Everyone knows it's like a super popular wheel. I like them. I've had them since, you know, since I damn near got the car. Spent $1,000 on those, all 4, and included the tires and everything for $1,000. Later on, I got them powder coated like a dark blue with like it's a metallic blue or something like that. So $1,000 for the wheels, and then $500 just to get them powder coated. I got brand new headlights. Those were like $209. They're not bad. I forgot the maker of these, but yeah, $209. I got high beams, the Nokia ones. I don't know if you can see them, they're yellow, and when you go far away from the car, it actually makes your headlight look yellow. I don't know if you guys can see that. Side markers, they're Stanley, real ones. Like, don't buy the fake ones, guys, just buy the real ones with the plug. That turned out to be $50. The bulbs, everything included. Another simple mod you could do is the wiper delete. It's pretty cheap to do, easy. It was $10 for that. The front and back badges, the JDM ones, the DC5, the H badge, or whatever you want to call them, that ended up being $80 for both the back and the front. I'll show you guys the front one. And there is a difference between the 02 to 04 and then the 05 to 06. Just the shape of it is different, the way it fits on the grill, so just be careful when you order that. So 80 bucks for that. Also for the front, I almost forgot, I got some wheel spacers in there just to clear the Brembos. If not, my rim will hit it. And then my wheels are 17 by 9, and I think it's a 35 offset. 30 bucks for those spacers. I have a bunch of spacers actually, because before I was just trying to get the fitment right, and I just kept buying like different spacers and stuff. So window visors, these are eBay. I did use 3M underneath these. I took the eBay ones off and put the 3M double-sided tape, and never came off. Like, I don't know, I've never had issues with them. So that right there was like $60. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for the outside. That's all I have on my list. I'm sure there's some stuff I forgot, but it's pretty simple. I actually cleaned the car today, so it looks super clean. So yeah, that's it for the exterior. Hopefully that, you know, gave you guys a nice little total of how much I spent on the outside. Let's quickly go into the inside because it's getting hotter, and not trying to be out here much longer. So headliner and pillars and everything I painted on the inside. I did a video for that. I spent $27. It's all black. Usually they're like tan or whatever. So I did that. Did the A pillars going all the way down. And yeah, everything turned out really nice. So $27 for that. I changed all these to LED. If you guys can see that. They're really bright at night. It was $20 for those. Short shifter. It's actually a really old one. It's called JTC short shifter or something like that. I paid 130 bucks for that at the time. So I did a radio delete. So for the dash, the wiring, the little harness, the radio, 40 on the radio, and like $50 for this, the outside border thing. This button right here, I got it for $5 at the junkyard off of EP3. So I changed all the speakers that I have in my car, all 4 of them. You can see them right there. They're all Fosgates. So I spent 100 on all 4 of those. And then this shift knob right here is a Password JDM one. So this shift knob was $65 at the time. I don't know, not sure what it costs now. The car also has a Viper alarm. I think I spent 200 on the Viper alarm, and then I had someone install it for 120. The shift boot is eBay. I didn't pay a lot for that. I think it was like $15. I ended up doing it myself. All right, so that's it for the front. Let me just go to the back, show you guys. So for the hatch, everything painted, and that's gonna include 2K primer, base coat, and then clear coat. All this was $180 just to, you know, spray all this. All the bracing, a lot of that stuff you guys see here, I got those all plated. My girl's dad did it for me. He works at a plating place. I gotta polish these again, but they were super shiny before. But he did all the bracing, both sides, and even the brace right under there, he did the whole thing for me, and I didn't have to pay for any of that. So that was right there. That was a nice score. It was free, and you also get that, you know, just that nice clean look. And I think that's about it, guys. Got this plated as well, the cover right there for the pump. I've pretty much showed you guys everything I've done to my car. Damn, my hair's a mess, but I haven't really left anything out. I think I got like 90%, maybe 95% of everything. I gave you a price on it. The totals down below, I separated them, and pretty much we'll add them at the end of the video. I'll post it down below, whatever. I really don't know what's next for the car, guys. Like, I definitely want to get some seats. I do want to get a steering wheel, stuff like that. I do want to still finish the engine bay. It's not completely where I want it. It's like, I want to say it's 80% there. It still needs some work, and we'll slowly get it there. I want to get some new tires and stuff, and definitely get some paint done to this car because it really needs it at the moment. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I want to thank everybody that subscribed. Everybody that's been subscribed, I want to thank you guys as well. A lot of you guys just stuck around and really just showed me a lot of support, so thank you. And yeah, if you guys want to get in touch with me, the best way is on Instagram. Demasi at Demasi or whatever. Same thing as my YouTube. I try to keep it all the same. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna sign off. Hopefully that gives you guys a pretty good, you know, ballpark before you know, dive into something like this. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's everything I got, prices, everything. So I'm gonna sign off. Hopefully you guys have a good day. I know I am. It's really nice out. So get out there, guys, enjoy your day, and see you guys on the next one. All right.